Will Hunt.
Rolling.
Yes. Will Hunt.
Hello.
One of the best rock drummers around.
I don't know about that, but
Well, I know.
I like to party.
I know about that. Welcome to BeatIt.tv, the drummer's website.
I like it.
Thank you for taking time to talk to us.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
And we're catching up with you at the Meza, Musik Meza event.
Music Meza in
Frankfurt am Main, Germany. So, what are you doing here?
Goofing off. I'm doing some, well, it's not clinics, I would say more demonstrations. Maybe that's, which is kind of cool. I like that. It's a little different atmosphere, you know. Yeah. You're just kind of getting to play and do your thing. It's less, you know, breaking down what every little nuances is of what you do, because I'm not even really sure if I could explain that anyways. If people ask me about that kind of stuff, I just say, yeah, go play a whole lot. You know, that's where it comes from.
Yeah.
But so here it's cool, and the atmosphere is great, and just hanging out with some fellow musicians, making some new friends, being very impressed by some of the other drummers that are here that are just mind-boggling.
That's true.
All different styles.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool, man. I love it. It's good place. Good vibe.
Good. Okay, so what are you up to now professionally?
Well, let's see. I obviously Evanescence.
Yeah. And that's going strong.
Yeah. We just kind of picked it back up, which is really cool. Mm-hmm. So we did a tour this past fall into winter in the States. It was great.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything was sold out.
Nice.
We're going to be in South America in a week for about 3 weeks. Then we're going to be in Europe for about 5.5 weeks, starting in June.
Okay.
And obviously one of the stops, as we spoke, is in Poland on the 20th of June, Warsaw.
Yeah.
Which I've never been to, so I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, yeah. Do you think you're going to have time to, you know, do some sightseeing?
That's tough.
That's
man.
always tough.
Yeah, because I think we have a day off before, so I'm imagining. Depends if we're busing in. Probably. Mm-hmm. If we're flying in, it might be tough. I'd love to go check some stuff out, though.
Yeah. What about other projects? Are you working on anything right now?
I have 2 of my own bands, and both have stuff that's coming out really soon. So I would implore you to go check out the site. So one band's called White Noise Owl, and we actually have a 4-song EP out already. I would say it's more along the lines of 30 Seconds to Mars, Radiohead, maybe a little U2 in there. Mm-hmm. Very different than probably what people have heard me doing. And then I have another act, which is called Rival City. And the singer in that band is the runner-up winner from the X Factor in the United States, a guy by the name of Jeff Gutt. And the guitar player from Filter, original guitar player from Filter, is in that band. And we have some stuff that's coming out as well. And that's more... it's just more rock, you know, it's a little heavier maybe. Not even that, I don't know. Both bands are very different, but both very cool. So check them out.
Yeah.
It's going to be good.
Absolutely. Okay, let's go back to the beginnings.
Okay.
How did it, meaning drums and drumming, start in your life? How did it happen?
Well, I come from a musical family. My dad, who's actually a doctor, but he's a guitar player. I mean, at heart. I think before he's a doctor, he's a musician. And he's a great guitar player. I mean, I don't think necessarily that he thinks, you know, that he's like this phenomenal guitar player, but I think that he's really good. And the thing that I learned from him is that his feel is so good, you know, the way he plays guitar, the way he plays blues and plays slide guitar. I mean, it's like a black man from the Delta. And he's just good at that. You know, he's not a shredder, he's not Al Di Meola, none of that crap. You know, what he is it's not crap, by the way. But he's just a great field player. So my mother's a really good piano player, and my father actually went to high school with Tom Petty. They were pals. And so, you know, I was always surrounded by music. And then I think I saw Kiss on a television show in the United States when I was 5. And I was just like, oh my God, you know, that's it. And I really wanted to be a guitar player. So my dad got me a guitar, and I had the misconception, being 5, that I could just put my hands around the guitar, look cool, rock out, and that cool sound would come out. I didn't know you actually had to do stuff. So I figured, well, I can still get into this. The drums look pretty easy.
Oh yeah. Little did you know.
Oh, God. So, yeah, man, I'm punching myself in the face for that one. I'm glad to be a drummer. But, yes, that's kind of what happened. And then it's just, it's just, you kind of get into it as a hobby. Maybe it's like some kids play soccer, which I did as well, or some kids, girls do ballet or whatever it is. And that's kind of what it is. And then it either takes on a life of its own at some point or it doesn't. And for me, I think that's when I would say that the drums chose me and kind of started giving me back things that I needed.
Right. Of course, the drums is a very broad topic, and there's so many styles, you know.
As we're witnessing here.
So, when actually was it decided it was going to be rock for you? Could have been jazz, maybe. Could have been the blues, especially, given your father's inclinations.
Yeah, I think when I was a kid and I was just kind of starting to learn how to play, probably around 8 or so, I would jam with my dad and jam with his band. Yeah. And I think that might have been where the feel part of it kind of made itself evident to me subconsciously. But then I just, again, even though my dad listened to all kinds of music, I love Steely Dan. There's a lot of that going on in my house and stuff like that. But the stuff that really got to me will go back to Kiss and Led Zeppelin, and for some odd reason, just the heavier music of that time, which would now be considered rock, I gravitated towards. And so, it's like I didn't say, well, I love that rock music, that heavy rock, but I want to be respected, so I'm going to go play jazz. It didn't work out that way. I personally, I don't give a shit what anybody thinks. I just do what I do.
Cool.
And that's how it should be. That's how you got to live your life. And so for me, I knew that I felt that music. I wanted to play that music, and I think that music wanted me to play it.
Yeah.
So
Makes
there you
sense.
go.
Makes perfect sense. And you can still be a Tower of Power fan, for example.
Absolutely. I listen to so much Steely Dan, and so much Earth, Wind, and Fire, and
absolutely,
just tons of stuff.
Ohio players,
God, I love all of it, man. I love it all. I just know that I love playing that type of music.
And what about those first inspirations? Specific bands or guys you started gravitating towards?
Well, obviously Kiss, and I think that there's a misconception about, if you go and you go back to Kiss records, and I think Peter, Chris, and Kiss in general kind of get a lot of, they don't have the respect. And I think that that's unfortunate, because if you listen to Alive 1 and kind of the stuff, let's say through Love Gun, right? But if you listen to Alive 1, Peter Criss wrote some great drum parts, and he was more of a bebop swing drummer. He was like the guy that was into Buddy Rich and Gene Krupa and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And so he kind of played drums in a very unorthodox rock way, and he had a swing to the way that he played, and he had a swagger to it, and I dug that. It was like he was kind of funky. I think he kind of snuck that in on people.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation when I was playing with Black Label, me and JD, the bass player who's still there. Yeah. We were talking about that, and he was like, that's one of his favorite drummers. And we're talking about a Berkeley grad. He's like, man, that guy wrote compositions. He wrote great parts, and he did, man. So I'm not ashamed to say that I was definitely influenced by that guy. Yeah. Also, obviously, Led Zeppelin, Van Halen. Yeah. Jesus, man. I love Stuart Copeland. I love the Police, like a hi-hat work, and people look at me as a heavy hitter, but if you dig into a lot of what I do cymbal-wise, it comes from that. Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah, just all kinds of stuff, man. I listen to everything. Earth, Wind, and Fire, depending on who was playing with them what day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so Fred White was just,
God, it's amazing.
Please.